Welcome to the Table Talk Otaku podcast. My name is Okami, or Christian, whatever you'd like to call me. Come from a decent sized town in Pennsylvania, from a small town in Oklahoma. And I'm a Christian, which affects all my views. And we've got one other with us right now. Maybe
Kobo might be joining
he
us.
may.
It's really a matter of just if.
He's too sucked into Pal World. He needs to
Well,
stop.
he wasn't on the server just now, so I don't know about
I
that.
was kidding.
I'm actually just trying to get to a safe place myself. I was climbing a mountain whenever you started, so like, let me get to the peak real quick. All right, I'm done though. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, he's in the server. I'll have to before I get off, I'll send him a little message.
Well, who are you?
Oh,
Welcome.
there he is. But before we get to that guy, this guy is Pat. Just Pat is fine. I've been somewhat busy this weekend because of on call, but I am free right now.
Yeah. All right. And we have Cobalt, his neighbor.
His neighbor.
Yeah, the neighbor.
Not as much of a watcher of anime as the other two, but I do watch some.
All right. Well, we'll get right into it. We got a few things of news. Lindsey Graham died today, suddenly, after coming back from overseas, I believe. But yeah. Some people call that a win. Some people call that a loss. It's tragic either way. And
as tragic could be of being in possession of London right now.
Yeah. But he's for everything, whether you liked him or hate him as a politician, he was at least a guy willing to speak his mind most of the time, whether he was lying or not. But for a long, I want to say a good 10, 15 year period, he was a guy who was doing well for what his job was. And more recently, he started doing things that I disagreed with, but I still feel this loss. I don't like it when people die just because I don't like them.
Wait, hold on. My headphones came unplugged for a second. Was it Mitch McConnell? Something happened to him?
No, Lindsey Graham died not too long ago, actually, earlier this morning.
I heard somebody mention Mitch McConnell this weekend, so I thought something maybe happened to him. But yeah, I didn't hear about
Lindsey Graham died this morning, just suddenly coming back from overseas. Let me make sure that's what it was. I thought that's what it was. He had just come back, and they just said it was aortic dissection. The heck?
Oh, shit.
Whatever that is.
That sounds like something you do after something.
Right.
Yeah. Aortic dissection. Let's see. Is a life-threatening medical emergency that occurs when a tear develops in the inner wall of the aorta, the body's main artery. So basically, he got a tear somehow in his aorta and then was not, cared for quick enough. But that's not, anyone's fault, because people die really fast from this. So, yeah, I mean, it's your main artery. Essentially, you just bleed out inside your own body. So, yeah.
You practically have to be on an operating table.
Yeah.
When it happens.
So, high blood pressure is the main cause, is what Google is saying, or the Mayo Clinic is the main cause of aortic dissection or dissection. due to physical stress. It can force high blood pressure and weaken the walls of the aorta and then causing it to tear. But, yep, let's see. Let me go back to. He was 71, so he's not necessarily young. And you can definitely see why he would be stressed being a representative. But let's see. Elections, where does it say death? Death. That's what I want to see. It's always at the bottom. Okay. The day before July 10th, Graham paid a visit to Kiev, Ukraine. Kiev, or however you say it. Yeah, Kiev. Yeah, so he was in Ukraine and then came back and died the next day due to the aortic dissection. So, yep, sad day. Sad day. Whether you think it's good or not, still a sad day for his family, him. Yeah, for America too. I mean, he's a House Representative. Love him or hate him, he still did what he thought was right, and I don't think he was ever evil. So I don't think he was ever trying to find the something wrong and make money off of it. I think he was actually cared about the people. It's just whether he went about it, my way or not. He doesn't matter. So sad day. And then Mitch McConnell's also in the hospital. He could be dead. We have no idea. They won't tell us. Yeah, he's been in the hospital for like almost a month now. So yeah, he's been in the hospital, and basically his wife, who may or may not be a Chinese spy, is taking over his office and doing stuff for him. As she went over to the to China to talk to head officials in China, and has not returned. So, and they cannot.
She did it. She fled the country.
Yeah, basically they can't, if he's on life support and needs to be taken off, which would cause him, cause death. She's not there to do it, and so they just have to hold him. And so there can't be any special election for him because the person that's holding him either hostage in the hospital or hostage on life because he's brain dead or something is not in the United States.
Look at me. I am the senator now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I say that I don't think she's done anything for here, but she's definitely gone over to China and is for some reason talking to head Chinese officials. So, and she's a Chinese citizen as well. So,
oh dear.
Yeah. Whether you think she's a spy or not, I guess it don't really matter at this point.
No. I mean, just grim train of thought. Maybe that's why she went back to China, because she needs to get back before her cover's blown down. That her Patsy's.
I fully believe it's because whether he's brain dead or cannot continue in office, either one, she's not coming back because then they can't hold a special election within the next 3 months. Because after 3 months, it won't matter. They'll hold the election for the next one. He was going to be out of office anyway. It's just he was going to be out of office, next year instead of whenever they hold the next election. So I think she's fled and not returning to basically keep everything in his cabinet or whatever he has, just on freeze or on standstill, and no one can do anything. Like all of his.
She wanted to go back to her family as well, but who knows?
No, they literally were. I don't remember how they got this report, but she literally met with Xi Jinping's second in command the day she went over. So like, she's not related to them. That's a bit, much. But
she met them, then yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I don't. I mean, whatever she does, I don't really care. It's just whether he needs to be taken out of office at this point.
Just not like this.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't need to die or anything. He just can't be in office. He's apparently not healthy enough. Like, I don't understand that. That's a weird one to me. Like, somebody has a medical emergency where they have to be in the hospital for 3 weeks. I'd say that's enough to take him out of office. Unless it's like, so that's the thing. Unless it's like an illness that we know they can heal from, then maybe. But here, I'm just going to look up. I think he had a stroke, Mitch McConnell. So, he fell.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he fell and was hospitalized. Okay, apparently he is awake now and has made a statement. He battled a case of pneumonia, which so I mean, there you go. But why wouldn't they? Yeah, but why wouldn't they release that until now? That's so weird. And why would his wife just up and leave him in the hospital for weeks? I guess she's like, what can I do? I'm going to go to China. That's
maybe he found out the reason she's with him, so she pushed him down the stairs.
I don't know. It's weird. But like, if pneumonia takes you out for that long, maybe that's also a reason to take you out. Because if you're healthy, pneumonia doesn't, at least most of the time, by percentage wise, does not take you out like that. But who knows? But the guy in Pennsylvania, I disagreed with him being allowed to stay in the election because during the election time, no, he didn't have the cognitive abilities, and he proved that whenever he went for the debate. So, yeah, I agree. He shouldn't have been in the election, but then afterwards, he fully recovered. I think he's fine.
Hey, he's going to be doing better now.
Yeah, and he's honestly not bad. I actually don't mind him out of all the politicians in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, like people have said, he's actually what you want in like a senator or House of Representatives. He's just a working class guy that happened to be popular with his community and got to the point to where he's just so popular in the state now. Well, in Pittsburgh, I should say, that he is able to represent the country, represent Pennsylvania for the country. But yeah, so I don't mind that, but I don't like it when it's just.
You want Dr. Oz to be your representative?
I wouldn't have mind Dr. Oz. I think he would have been around the same. But at the time, I voted for Dr. Oz, but that's because Fetterman was like brain dead for a bit there. He was literally slurring his speech that you couldn't even understand what he was saying. So out of just not spite, but out of like the out of the principle of I don't want somebody unhealthy in there.
Especially
and he could
brain damage his stroke.
Yeah,
He had.
and he could have just come back in 4 years if he fully healed. So it's not like the end of the world, you know. But I will say, if I had known he would have done what he's done now, and he was healthy at the time, I might have voted for him over Dr. Oz, even though I'm mostly voted Republican side, because he was because of how middle of the road he is, and basically don't touch my state type person he is. I don't mind that in a he's a senator, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a senator.
I keep wanting to, like, I want to say senator, but then at the same time, I don't want to be wrong whenever I say that. Yeah, he's a senator. Yep. But he's only 56 years old, too, so he's not that old either. Imagine having, what was it, a stroke? Was it, I think? He had something. Personal life, and then I thought it said death. It said health. Struggle, depression, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Yep, a stroke. He had a stroke. But he made a full recovery, so good on him. Well, that's enough boring news, I guess.
Did you hear that apparently LeBron James about to the Cleveland Cavaliers?
LeBron James. No, I haven't been looking at basketball much at all.
I literally just heard about it right now, and I looked it up, and it says somebody said that the deal is done with the Cavaliers. So
good.
Apparently the Kings going back home after he got all used up in Los Angeles.
I think he still has like one. He probably has about 5 more years, honestly, but of being just a decent basketball player.
Well, like I said, he's pretty much experienced enough to be a coach while on the field.
Well, he can shoot threes. Like they get guys who can only shoot threes and put them out on the floor. So, like, and he can create for other people, dude. He's what would we call that? It's not. He's not Steph Curry, but he's like, Steph Curry light, almost.
I was telling somebody else about. I think it might have been O's about how now he's like, look, you need to stand. Like he directs his guys when he's on, and he passes good to him, like, you're gonna be open. Just follow my lead. And it's like, yeah, the dude's been playing for 20 seasons. Of course, he's got enough experience to know what to do, where to go. Shit.
I mean, if the Lakers were healthy, I would have given them a shot against the Thunder. I mean, I might not give them a shot against Wemby and the Spurs because of how just they matched up so well with them. But against the Thunder, I definitely would have. But they got hurt, so it's too bad. So I think we would have still had the same result. I think the Spurs would have gone, and then the Knicks would have won. It's just that instead of the Thunder being there, it would have been the Lakers against the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. If I remember that bracket correctly. I mean, I could be misremembering it. But I thought they played what was it? They played... Oh, it doesn't matter. Why am I even looking this up? I'm just going to... It used to show you the old schedule, but now it don't. And I've got to find it. Yeah, they played the Thunder. Yep. And they were hurt, so. Like, Luka didn't even play against them, so. Yeah, I would have given them a chance against. I probably would have picked them to win if Luka was healthy, but he wasn't, so. No, I think that the Lakers are done for though. They can't get anybody to help Luka anymore. Like, who's their roster right now?
I mean, Luka's no Dirk.
Luka is Dirk and more. It's just
So
but Dirk had a team.
I know I'm kidding.
Yeah, Luka has like Austin Reeves is decent, but he's just Luka, like but not as good. So like, how does that work? I guess they got Walker Kessler. He's decent, but he was hurt last year, so it's not like he won't be hurt this year. Walker Kessler's a center. He was for the Jazz, and he played really well, and then he got hurt. So, yeah, like their best player, 3 best players, have been injured last year. So I don't see them doing anything unless they blow it up really hard. Like Dalton Connect, he played well, but he's not going to be any good next year. Most likely, I doubt he'll have a repeat. Jake LaRavia, still young, can develop, maybe be decent, but not what he needs. He needs a spot-up shooter. Unless Bronny James has a breakout year and just starts, Steph Curry or something like that, then I don't give him any chance.
You can't put it all on young man's shoulders.
Bronny James has been in the league 3 years now. He's got to start. Yeah, no, but he's got Luka. Like, he doesn't have to be the whole thing. He's got Luka.
That's true.
I guess they're banking on Quentin Grimes. He's decent. I didn't see that they acquired him.
I swear to God, they probably traded him Cleveland just so that a son and father can play against each other.
No, I think they traded him to Cleveland because he said, I'm not going anywhere else. I'm either staying here. I'm staying here another year. Well, yeah. So he signed all of it. And so he was just like, well, I'm just going to either retire, or they're going to offer me some money here, or I'm going to go to Cleveland. I mean, I don't see why he'd go anywhere else. There'd be no point. Maybe the Clippers, and try to give the Clippers another title, or their only title. And then he might actually like get the GOAT status at that point. But
he'd have to get one more championship to even for people to really accept.
I don't know about that. Okay, you put him on the Wizards, and then he gets a title.
Not the Wizards.
Yeah, if he won a title with the Wizards as the only good player, I think people might give it to him.
He literally carried them on his back, called them
Yeah,
Atlas.
it's like couldn't even.
He's not even a GOAT. He's just Atlas.
Yeah, not even Michael Jordan could do that. And in this, as a what is he, like 42?
Yeah, no, he's
43.
Oh, did you see where at some like little family thing, Michael Jordan took like a penalty,
41,
like a free throw. And he said I was nervous. I hadn't shot a basketball so long I was afraid I was gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Not Michael, come on, man.
I mean, at some point you just stop playing. Although, who's gonna invite Michael Jordan to play basketball too?
No, it wasn't that they were playing basketball. They were doing something. There was a basketball court there, and so somebody passed Michael the ball, and he's like, "All right, let me try this out." And he made the free throw. He's like, "Woo! Thank God I made it."
Yeah, but I'm saying nowadays, like, say you're a friend, like you're an old NBA player, like you're gonna invite Michael Jordan to come pick up.
He was a coach trying to play basketball. Hell no,
dude.
His back was in shambles.
Oh no, I'd invite Larry Bird, but that's because I think he'd play. I don't think that. I think Michael Jordan would just turn down every offer and be like, no.
Well, he probably also got tired of being asked too.
The only guy that would invite Michael Jordan to play 1v1.
Not 1v1. I'm just saying pickup or for old men or something.
Yeah, well, The only guy that would invite him is currently a wrestler, and it would be a game of 1v1. Only
Yeah.
decided he wanted to play basketball.
I think Dennis Rodman would. I just don't think he would. I just don't think Michael Jordan would accept. But Rodman's crazy, so he'd do it to anybody.
Rodman's been living his best life.
He'd invite Kim Jong Un to play.
He did. I mean, Kim Jong Un invited him.
He probably.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
Yeah. Was it you? No, I think it was my friend at work. We were saying that. What did Dennis Rodman say to Kim Jong Un that he got? It's like he told him he could have been better than Michael Jordan. Now they all of a sudden became friends.
Oh man, if you really committed, you
yeah,
be the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Really? See sparkles in his eyes.
He's telling just the whole army, like, yeah, Kim Jong Un was so good at basketball. he dunked on me. He dunked on Michael.
Just think though, just to keep public relations solid, it's now like classified information. The conversations that he had with Kim Jong Un, the public could never know.
Oh yeah. I mean, the guy scored a hole in one on every hole in an 18-hole course.
Mm-hmm. Just sent it in every time.
Yep. Yeah, I think the thing is he's not allowed to play because of how good he is. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair for everybody else. The Olympics would be canceled.
That's true. That's why North Korea is not allowed anymore. And because they play with the Koreans. If it weren't for the South Koreans, I think North Korea would take it every time.
The Olympics.
So, all right. Well,
in other news, Miku is currently in possession of the British.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. I haven't paid attention.
Well, after Brazil beat Japan and Brazil lost to Norway, they said that Norway claimed Miku, and there's like a Miku doll that's been getting passed to the teams and all that stuff. So now Norway lost to England, so now England has possession of Miku.
All right.
Nonsense.
No, you remember?
What do you mean nonsense? It's people.
Remember the Brazilian Miku thing that went around Cobalt?
The what?
There was an art trend about Brazilian Miku where people was drawing a Brazilian themed Miku, Hatsune Miku. Well, then in the FIFA World Cup, Japan was lost to Brazil, so Brazil they got Miku back. But now Brazil lost, so then Norway got him, and now England. So who's gonna finish the World Cup with the Miku possession?
All right.
Argentinian Miku.
All right. Have y'all? There in other news, there is a new budget VTuber system that's causing people to go all completely awry. Like all the people are yelling and screaming because it uses AI to make it. But,
not the AI.
Yeah.
Probably AI or the people who make AI.
I mean, the AI is not going to be as high quality.
Yeah.
If people can't afford your high quality stuff, then you're pricing them out of your product.
Well, the person that released
part of doing business.
Yeah, the person that released it was like, yeah, this is a bridge thing. Like you're not supposed to use it completely, but if you do, whatever. But it's apparently it's another step up from a PNG avatar. So you put in your image or you make your image, you can make it in there too. There's no rigging, nothing. You can set up a camera like normal, and it will animate small things due to your emotions, or you can do it with hotkeys as well. And it has like 2 or 3, maybe more, probably depending on how you do it, emotes for you to use, and the mouth will move whenever, like reactive.fujitech. It'll still do all the same stuff like that, but it's not a 3D model, and it is technically not a what do you call tracking either. But it does use a camera if you want it, and it will move with you a little bit. So I'm kind of surprised, but they're trying to push it forward, and people are raving about it.
Some
And
of
it's
that filter stuff people go on their phones, but then it uses AI to animate to reactions and stuff. So I don't know. Couldn't.
well, it's because
really
that it was completely built with AI. There's nothing. They didn't make essentially people are like, well, you didn't make the app, you didn't make the, or whatever it is that it uses you to make any of that. You put it into an AI system to create the code, you put it into an AI system to build the model creation stuff and all that. And the person, which is funny, it's the person I talked about before, Leaflet, who's like, and that was her reply, but it's free, is what she said. And it's public as well, so I might have to pick this up.
So it's not
throw my PNG into it.
It's not just cheap, it's fucking free. That's it.
Well, that's what, and then she's talked about it on stream. I didn't watch the stream or anything, but I watched a clip where basically she was like, this is not a 3D model, so like it's not going to do anything that your 3D models do. And so I shouldn't be hurting that industry, but what I am hurting is people that go in debt just to make just to get a 3D model because they feel like it's everything. Instead, it's a something you can use while you're waiting, essentially. So I'm gonna look into that. Actually, now that I think about it, but
Cobalt, you got anything?
Not really.
Honestly, I haven't been listening to the news much this week. At least there's not been too much that interests me this week. I did hear the dude who shot Charlie Kirk is on trial right now, or like the trial's actively going on.
Yeah, that one's a bit different.
Different, eh?
I mean, I just don't know what I get all the investigations, and I get there's weird things around it. I just don't understand why it's hard.
Here it is. He said the thing.
I mean, I was going to say that earlier, but I'm going to say that later on. I mean, I actually have it as one of the points to talk about. I don't understand, but yeah, I just don't. Why hide something so public? Is my question on stuff like that. But, oh well. All right. What else is going on?
Anybody got any news about the Iran America thing with the Strait? I hear we did. Iran did hit a civilian vessel with some drones or something, but we did what we did after that.
I have not heard anything.
What else happened? Shit, I can't think of anything. I know I've watched I watched a couple of news sources that weren't really exactly news sources, but they talk about current events. There's just nothing really crazy happening this week, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Cuba might have reached out to the U.S. about maybe getting help turning their power back on. Oh,
Surprise me at all.
I mean,
What? What's the oh?
nothing. I dropped a piece of jerky again.
Oh.
Actually, it might have not been the Cuban government. It might have been some Cuban civilians. Like there was apparently an article that got out written by a Cuban journalist asking for help from the United States because he says the government doesn't care about the people; they're just trying to make money. I'm not sure on that.
Mhm.
Other than that, I don't really have much more news.
I don't really either. Oh, what about the thing in your videos? The real reason Americans are so friendly.
Oh,
I actually
yeah, didn't want to
didn't.
talk about that.
I didn't
Well,
watch this, so.
well, it got brought up in a different video I was listening to while driving during work.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that a lot of foreigners are weirded out that Americans basically are so open about complimenting people because a lot of especially European countries have a kind of a shy culture where they don't just randomly like talk to people who are strangers. But Americans will be like stop to tell somebody like they like their clothes or they think they got like a nice haircut and all that stuff. And a lot of foreigners think maybe they want something. And he's telling like no, Americans usually just do that. They're just friendly like that. And I have friends and family that do that too. Like they'll just like the women I know will just like, hey, oh, you got a great haircut. That's a good outfit. Or stop telling somebody like they got a cool shirt. They like their truck. Somebody they don't
Mm-hmm.
even know just start conversation. And I brought it up in another general chat, and yeah, a lot of people from other countries were saying like, yeah, like we don't really do that in public. Some of us do personally, but in general, our societies just avoid stuff like that. We're kind of just a shy nature society. What are y'all experiences with that kind of situation? Like, can y'all testify that Americans are just openly friendly like that?
I mean, this might be a hot take to some people, but I think it's very realistic that it happens more to women than it does men.
Obviously.
So, but I've, I haven't, yeah, I've seen it, and I've seen guys like fangirl over a truck before and stuff like that. So I guess so,
Um,
but like I don't.
Something I see guys do more often, rather than just give compliments, they'll just start like not really a conversation, but just make positive comments towards people like, "Oh yeah, how's this weather? Oh yeah, man, it's hot." Like just make random banter just out of nowhere, and then just walk away. Like literally, just like 10 seconds of banter and just walk away. I see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys do that.
I see a lot of guys give more positive feedback when criticism is like good criticism or whatever you want to call it. Like if
Constructive
somebody,
criticism.
yeah, if somebody is new at something, like they always say a compliment while they're also criticizing the work or whatever it is.
A
So
compliment sandwich.
yeah, it's like we had a couple of guys at work that never played basketball before, but they wanted to play with us, so we played. And it's not that they, we would always say like, "You're how?" They would be like, "Oh, how was that? How did it? Did I foul you?" We're like, "We'll tell you, but right now you're playing good or whatever," and that keeps people going. But
I mean, guys will also openly talk shit, just like no hard feelings
yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the guy literally picked it up and like took 4 steps. Will say this ain't football, or whatever. But
But yeah, I was kind of also just surprised about. No, I know some countries have like reserved, shy society where like they're not, they try not to like call so much attention to themselves in public. But I didn't figure like so many were like that. Like, damn.
yeah, I don't know. It also depends on the where you go as well. Because I will say, people going to a sports game or some type of like concert or something are definitely more open to giving compliments because they're going for whatever specific thing.
Entertainment will rally some people.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I,
And
I
that's
did
not the
mention
normal people in those cities.
I did mention the openness of Americans. And it was mentioned in another video about how Americans are open with that stuff. But shit, now I kind of lost my train of thought. But there's another video talking about it too, and they said part of the reason that Europeans are going to miss America is because the freedom we have isn't just
Ranch
the freedom to
dressing.
do what we want. It's not just the freedom to do what we want. It's the freedom to be that expressive in public, and just Americans aren't afraid of breaking social norms just to like have like to do things. So, and that's something that some people like some Europeans have really embraced when they came over here. So they say they're gonna miss that when they go back home. But
Oh.
I don't know. Not really expert on, but yeah, I was like, I found it interesting. I found 2 videos about this, and I was like, Well, the first one's about Australia. The other one was Europeans in general.
Yeah. Well, we move on.
Yeah, that's all I got for the after news.
All right. Next thing was number 3 to convince me to get Pal World. I don't think the only thing that will convince me is people will have to play it for months on end. And I doubt it.
Good.
All right.
First of all, comment. I've never seen you play a game besides Rocket League for months on end. You play
This
a
is
lot of
true because no one else does.
you play like a lot of games like Repo and stuff just off and on. I barely see you play anything besides Rocket
No,
League.
no. I'm talking about like 3 months later, not I'm tired of this game and then never pick it up again. Like, I'm fine with that if we pick it up again.
Oh,
But
always a great game.
yeah, but I don't like Monster Hunter. No one's been on it for ages. That's and I'm
Ellis got on it again a few times, and we're also waiting for the DLC to come out when we'll start playing it again.
Okay, which one? Because there's 2 different games that was going on.
Okay, well,
it just skips over.
okay, what's the other game?
What's the other? What do you mean the other game? Like, that's like every game. Like I still play Counter-Strike 2 every once in a while. That's one everybody goes back to, so I don't mind having stuff like that. Dead by Daylight I get back on, but I actually don't enjoy that game. But I do have it because people played it for a long time, and so I picked it up. Just found I didn't really care for it, and so I stopped playing. But like, there's no. I still play Shell Shock Live every once in a while.
Those games kind of sound like games that you kind of just like you do kind of matches in. Like they're not necessarily games
exactly
where you absorb yourself into. Whenever we play games like that, we get games we get absorbed to, like 7 Days to Die. Me and Kobo and Satisfactory, we got absorbed by that one for a little while.
Well, I mean,
Power
there's
games you get absorbed into. So does Monster Hunter Wild. You get absorbed into these games. That's the kind of games we play.
Yeah, Lethal Company. I'd like to play that more, but not many people pick that up. And then we say, yeah, we'll pick it up, but I don't want to play with 1 or 2 people. I want to play with a bunch because that's how it was at the beginning. And that's what I'm saying is I want a bunch of people to pick it up and stick with it because that's where I get out on games. That's kind of why I stick with Rocket League, is because no matter what I can get on. Yeah, it's a match system, so there's just immediate like dopamine winning and losing a match. Um, but then stuff like Lethal Company, I really liked content warning, but people didn't want to play that. We tried out Deep Rock Galactic, and people play that every once in a while. But like that one, like I hate stopping for like weeks on end. Whenever I'm in a game, I'm in a game.
I was in the thick of that one for like playing it for like a good while with that one, but I honestly that game I'm kind of done with. I don't know if I could play that game again. Co-op
Yeah,
doesn't work for me.
I don't like being done with games. That's where I'm like, why did I even buy it?
Yeah, but dude, I played that game for over 200, like fucking 200 hours. It's not like
I'm not saying you
actually
didn't.
enjoy that.
I'm not saying you didn't enjoy it. I'm not saying anyone doesn't enjoy the games they play. That's not what I'm
The thing
saying.
that happens to me is like the games will be good, but then they get fundamental.
You kind of cut out there. You said fundamentally, and then I could.
Dead by Daylight got slowly destroyed by the company that bought it. The same company purchased 7 Days to Die, and they're slowly killing that game.
It does feel
The problem
good
is these games just go through hands to other companies.
Yeah.
They just lose what made them good.
So that's what I gotta hope for. It doesn't happen to Pal World.
I mean, dude.
Well, Pal World's not getting sold to anybody.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That ship has sailed. But I mean, no. I mean, what game do you want to have where you just play it forever?
Rocket League.
Yeah, and again, that's a one and done match game, and we do it's kind of the same as CS2 and fucking damn Valorant. It's not a game you you play constantly unless you want to go professional.
I'm not saying play constantly, but I'm saying like there's months on end where people don't play the games that I mentioned. Yeah, I'm like, well, then what's the point of the
because we're playing other games. We don't.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I've told you this before. That's my. That's kind of how my brain works. I'm a do one thing type of person and stick with it.
Maybe you should expand your horizons.
I have, and it hasn't worked. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, have you ever had fun playing Pokemon?
I had fun doing Leaf Green when I was a kid, but not recently. No.
Have you ever had fun playing like Legend of Zelda or stuff like that?
I didn't. I played like 2 Zelda games. They were okay.
Okay, I mean, this game is basically like the best rendition of what a 3D Pokemon game could be. Like,
yeah,
like the ones that came out. Like
no, I know it. I know what it. I know what it is. I'm not saying I don't know anything about the game or anything. I was saying convince me to pick it up.
If you ever liked any kind of like survival / manufacture, like where you got to build up to things, this is actually a really solid game for like. I do recommend that if you want to like enjoy progression, to lower the EXP game, because by the time you actually get to I can use this now, you've already moved on to the next tier. You don't actually get time to use the things you unlock. That's the one thing, because they do let you completely customize the world that you make, so you can lower the EXP gain. You can speed up how fast eggs hatch. It's very customizable. But I do, and so if you, in my opinion, if you really want to just enjoy progression, lower the EXP gain. But if you want to like get Aru, he's already like not at end game on Poom server because she put it at default EXP game, but they're like really, really far after playing for 3 days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I told her, I was like, you should have said at 10%. They wouldn't be this far.
Yeah.
That been awful.
Right? I mean, I don't think maybe not 10%, but at least 50 to slow things down a little bit because the game does go a little fast.
Yeah. It's hard for me because I just see everyone dropping it after a month.
No, I can keep going for more than that. It's just, like I said, that's also kind of the problem if you don't want to drop the game for over a month. You can be at it like I mean, this kind of same with Pokemon games.
No,
You can
I'm
sit
not
there and
saying
maybe
like for me. So I think you're misunderstanding because like this is not. You already know that's not my type of game.
oh,
So the
well,
only
well,
reason I'd pick it up would be for other people, essentially.
well, that was actually gonna be my next point. Is the other two reasons you want to play is one, your wife wants to play, and two, your husbando wants to play.
Does she want to play,
The
or are
other
you
reason why
asking her to play? There's a
no,
difference.
I sent her a message saying hey, we could if I don't know if you heard, but you can try out Power World, or we can play more Cuphead. And she said, Power World, I think I heard that. What's that? Oh, I've seen this. I'm buying it. Like, I didn't even fucking have to egg
Yeah.
her on. I said, holy shit. She just went.
Yeah. Yeah. But she's also a play for a month and then stop person as well.
There's also nothing wrong with taking breaks with this game, the kind of games, too, because you can always just pick it up again.
All right. As for now, I'm not convinced.
That's also why I said, slow down the EXP progression. Like, let me look how much I've actually played recently. I haven't played as much as everybody else. Let's see. Power World. How much did I play recently? Oh, I mean, like even like Cobalt and Ellis have only played like 20, 25 hours. Well, Ellis actually played 30, and like since the game hit 1.0, and we're all already level 40, which is max level is level 80. So that's why I'm like saying lower EXP progression, just at least a little bit to just make the game more enjoyable. But that's just me.
The leveling slows down very quickly.
I wouldn't even. No, I wouldn't even say that, dude. I haven't really seen this. Like, if I want to just level up, I just gotta start hitting bosses, and I'll start getting levels really fast. I mean, once you probably get to 60 or 70, it might slow down a lot. But right now, it's not slowing down.
Yeah. I mean, RuneScape's the closest thing I would have played to that, and I stopped playing RuneScape because they completely dismantled the game I used to play. So they added a lot of stuff, but then they dismantled a lot of stuff I used.
The game's also 30% off right now.
I saw that.
That's why I don't play RuneScape. I play old school.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. They dismantled old school for me, but I played since the not Inception, but like a year after.
Yeah, I mean, some of the more recent updates, I'm not as big of a fan of.
Yeah,
it's still pretty in line with what I would expect.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the updates of like taking out members that I couldn't have member stuff in my inventory anymore. So they just made it not free to play anymore. I couldn't buy and sell, trade on the black market. I hated it.
Oh.
That was the fun part.
You could do that in the original.
Yeah, you could have it in your inventory and sell it. That's all you could do. You couldn't wear it. It would say, this is a members thing. You can't wear this. But that would have been, yeah, like way back 2004, earlier. But yeah. All right.
I was on the Power World like store page, and some of the gifts are making me laugh. It's just because they like the one where it says factories automation. It just shows a gif of a bunch of lift monks in front of a lava fountain while the factories roll out in front of them. I was like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like they're not even.
Do you have Liar's Bar at all?
I do have Liar's Bar. Like I bought it whenever you said let's play Liar's Bar, and nobody played it.
Yeah, like I have it. I didn't ever download it because as soon as I said, "Poom, let's play Liar's Bar," and she was like, "Okay." Oh no, I do have it downloaded. And then she ghosted me the next time. I think she had to work, but still, she never asked to play. Never asked to play.
I forgot the final cell, and this could either be a cell or not. I mean, they do have what some people like are would consider attractive pals in the game.
No, not a cell for me. Not a cell,
had
not
to,
a furry.
I had to throw that out there. It for me, it's good for the jokes. Because I mean, some people are very open about their pal addiction.
All right. Well, that's a negative. Definitely not buying it anymore. No, just kidding.
You don't want the fox girl?
Nope. I am not into foxes. You should know
Well, I
this.
mean, you can also catch like the humans too. That includes the gym leaders.
Not into gym leaders. You should know this.
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, he doesn't like foxes. He likes. That's.
I think he likes them too.
Very much a wolf girl person.
But I haven't captured a single gym leader to my credit. I've only captured criminals.
I think I would.
Can capture them.
Yeah, you can. Like they appear in the record as NPCs. You can catch them and they respawn.
Oh,
That's all right. Well, moving on. The I don't understand segment of this one. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't even looked at. Oh, okay. It was just you two in the chat. I haven't even looked at the chat since we started. But I don't understand segment is I don't understand the adoption system, and if it was easier and not so complicated, I could possibly go for adoption. Not like me, but like looking for a kid or something.
and it's intentionally complicated.
You don't want to just anybody to give a kid to anybody. They could be selling them to a terrible home.
I agree, but I think that they should put more money into after the adoption happens, checking up on the kid, than letting it happen. Now, the first few weeks I think should be heavily monitored, and anybody that doesn't want to be monitored, yeah, I'm sorry, you don't get to adopt. It's just like that's the whole point of us making sure that your adoption is you're not going to abuse this kid.
I don't know. I think of it kind of like the way the military handles things. Like it's a lot easier to filter someone out than it is to remove them once let them in.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe having like a probation period.
Yeah, because like the burden of proof be a lot higher.
Oh, when I say monitor, I mean like full on. Like you have to have a camera in your house.
Oh, that's never gonna fly.
Oh, then yeah, I would just say you don't get adoption.
They were just, I mean, you said
well, I mean, the Supreme Courts would literally just slam that into the ground.
Oh, I think they'd go for it. They'd be like, "What? We can put this in. We can put cameras in people's houses. Let's go."
I don't think all adoption agencies are strictly state run, but they might be state funded. But yeah, maybe if they certain agency put a contract that you have to be up for monitoring for the first year of adoption, that would be something.
I mean, I think they do something like that, but not to the extent that I'm proposing. Camera may be too far, but like,
least regular
You
checkups
yeah, like a checkup every like twice a week or something with the kid, and
I
tell
was looking for
like
twice a month.
no, dude, like a kid needs to be reassured that if they tell them that there's something wrong, that they will immediately act on it. So it needs to be like twice a week to like, because like that's counseling. Counseling nowadays is twice a week sometimes, or
I think
therapy.
kids who aren't infants are rarely get adopted anyway.
I yeah, I agree, but what I'm saying is like, especially as somebody who, if I know I'd have to get Ange to agree, but I wouldn't mind having an older kid. But that's me. I don't mind a kid with baggage. I'll just say this is the way things are. If you don't like it, there's always a choice to go back.
I'm sure God will be happy.
Yeah. And I'm sure like the United States of America would be like, that's kind of reasonable. Like, guy has rules, you know, or something like that. And like, I'm not not I may be a Christian nationalist and stuff like that in nature, but like, I'm not going to make somebody else make that decision. That's not how Christianity works. And if somebody says it is, then they have a false view of what Christianity is. It has to be their choice. So I'm not going to like force them to do anything. I might take them to church and be like, hey, I play drums, come watch me, or whatever.
Watch me slay in the name of
Yeah,
Jesus.
or like, you play an instrument? I mean, like, if they do, be like, let's go. There we go. Because that's honestly, without an instrument, I would not enjoy worship as much at all, especially with the new songs and everything. They're really poppy, really annoying to me. So if I didn't play drums, I doubt I would ever listen to worship music at all. And I'd probably be coming late to church just to skip it. But at the same time, like, I'm not, if they want to head outside while the pastor's preaching, that's not like, I don't mind. Like that, I'm just glad they're doing whatever, they're here type point. But at the same time, what I don't understand is why it costs so much money for the person to adopt. That doesn't make sense. It costs them, the person's already going to be paying money to house a new kid. And you're like, you're essentially charging them just because you had to take care of them, the government who gave you money to do it. That's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand that, especially when it's like, even if it's like a Catholic thing where they have their own orphanage, they still get grants for the government for that, man. Like, y'all are getting paid. Why are you asking for more money? The heck? So I really don't understand that part of it. And if it was free, I think more people would be into adopting.
I mean, it depends. It's not always like extremely expensive.
I agree, but it's also for an actual adoption, it's quite expensive. And when I say quite expensive, like $2,000, maybe that's a thing to say, like, oh, well, they can pay $2,000, they can take care of this kid for at least a month or two. But and I'm okay with doing like a payment, and then like after so long it comes back. And maybe they do that. I don't know. I don't know how the taxes work for that, because I know you do get a tax break for having a kid. So maybe they calculate that. And if they do, then I'm kind of like, okay. But as far as I know, they basically just charge you to adopt a kid, because it costs them to have the kid in there for however many weeks, years, months, or whatever they were in there. Here, I can actually. We have
Well,
Google for
so-
this.
Depends. Like my understanding for like foster care is like it's a couple of grand, which is like a drop in the bucket compared to what a child.
Yeah, it's usually free or very low cost, up to $2,500. However, private, domestic, or international adoptions can cost between $10,000 to $60,000 to cover legal fees, home studies, and agency services. So that's like through an agency. Through the foster care system, it's not that bad. So I maybe I'm wrong on that one. I could be wrong. That's just people. Why is there private domestic? Wait, why is there that might be a problem. Private adopted agencies that aren't like if they aren't American, I understand. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But American ones, the heck? That's a bit.
I don't think people go through that one very often. I think that's like a bougie.
It sounds like Catholic. Like if they were like in a Catholic school for a long time, they sounds like they're trying to get their money back for putting them through like the school system that they have, like a private school. So I'm guessing if the kid's well trained, quotation hands, it costs more. I don't know. So I'm gonna say this one might not be. I might be kind of wrong on that one. But I thought they were. I thought it was more expensive. You're more qualified than you think. Huh. Years ago, adoptive parents were typically childless young Caucasian couples seeking infants. Today's adopted parents are as diverse as the children who are waiting for them. Okay. You don't have to be well off financially. You don't have to own your own home or have a separate bedroom for each child. Okay. The own your own home part might be, I mean, I guess if you're living in like inner city and are paying for a nice apartment, okay, because that means you have the income to buy a home. You just don't want to, then fine. But like, ooh, having your own home kind of seems like a thing you need for adoption.
It would seem, yes. It seemed like an important part of the process to have your own.
Like, what happens if all of a sudden you get kicked out? Like, now you have a kid. Okay. Maybe there needs a home, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about any of that. Adoption fees can vary greatly depending on your income. So basically, they look at your income and are like, oh, he can afford this, and then charge you a bunch. Okay. See, I guess that's what I don't agree with. It's like they shouldn't do that. It should be the same across the board. And because it's harder to adopt kids that are older, it should be a scale that goes down. It's more expensive to adopt a baby than it is to adopt a 16-year-old. Oh well. So let's say I changed my mind on that one.
Private adoption is just weird. It's like someone's having a kid and decides they don't want it, but they want to be part of the screening process or something. I don't understand how that one goes.
I had a friend that almost went through a private adoption, but one of the stipulations was that she still would be in touch with her child, and then like at the last like due days before the baby was born, the couple was backing out. They're like, no, we kind of don't want him to be in your life, and she said, oh well, fuck y'all then. I mean, I can kind of see both sides of the story.
Yeah.
It's a complicated thing.
Yeah.
Usually the people that are more in need of being adopted are actually in foster system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hot take of the week. I solved the court system. Make it free.
You don't say. Now, by free, do you mean like just remove all fines and penalties and court costs?
Correct. I'm saying take the bureaucracy out of it by making anything that has to do with bureaucracy free. But at the same time, like, I understand they need to get paid, but don't they already get paid a salary?
So that
Go ahead.
Like a judge. Saying a judge.
So yes, but the judge has like a bunch of assistants and paralegals. Not paralegals, but like a bunch of assistants that work with them that
not to mention
be paid for because of the amount of work that they have to do.
Like they got the clerk's office where they keep the records and all that stuff too. Like, I'm not sure how much of the fines paid for all this. That's the thing.
I can agree and disagree on this one. Secretary work should be one of the lowest paid jobs ever, in my opinion, but that's my opinion on that.
Also, like, public defenders are not like salaried.
Yes, so this is what I'm saying, that the lawyers, I'm not trying to touch them because they should get paid based off of the case. If it's like a suing case, the lawyers, whoever wins the case should have to, like whatever they're suing for, whether it's, money or whatever, get paid from the winnings of that, or the loser, or like the loser has to pay the court, whatever it is. And what I'm saying should be free is the basically going, like, you shouldn't have to pay to do all the legal stuff. You should only have to pay for your lawyer, and or if you lose, you have to, whatever the fine that you're doing for is paid for. Whatever you're doing, against somebody, or whether you, whatever it is, if you lose, you should have to pay for it. However, I don't think, like, that's the main argument I'm making, is that the secretary, all the paperwork that's stupid and everything, like, that should be the free part. And you can say it is, but it's always in like the court. There's always like court fees, and it's like, why are we paying that? That should be, that's the, maybe I'm more liberal here, but like, that should be like a government thing, not us. That shouldn't be on the people.
I don't know. The way I see it, you're gonna pay for it
one way or another.
One way or another.
But I also
prefer the people that have to go with the system to be the ones paying for it.
Yes, I agree. But I like, a judge kind of gets to determine their salary. That's what I'm having a problem with here. Like, I don't know should we take judges and put them on commission? The heck? Is this how we do it? But at the same time, I don't want them to be controlled by people. But it's so hard because the court system, if it was free and you could just like sue a company and then be like, the court decides, I'm sorry, you're suing for a stupid reason and it's not legal, then you have to pay, that person should have to pay for it all, is what I'm saying. That it should be free for the person who didn't win. I mean, who did win or was taken to court. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for a lawyer if I get sued.
No, you can represent yourself. You don't need legal representation. It's always an option to turn down a lawyer assistance and all that stuff.
I agree, but you were basically committing seppuku if you did. Yeah.
You can also be sued or like charged with court fees if you lose your lawsuit and all that stuff too. So that's kind of actually already in practice.
So you can I don't know. Man, what I was saying, I mean,
where are you finding that the judges are setting their own salary?
I'm not saying they're setting their own salary. I'm saying that they basically can, but that's because they don't have any. Like, who sets their salary? Like
it's
DAs.
State. Alabama has a law that they pass every so often.
So they vote for we technically vote for their salary or whatever, or vote for the people who set their salary, and then to be in with a judge and be goody with a judge, I might give you a bit more salary. Like, I hate that part of it.
Yeah, I don't know how it works in other places. Here, it's like very standardized. Like, everyone starts at this amount. When they reach 6 years, they go up by this amount. When they hit 12, they go up by this amount.
All right. And are determined by legislative statutes. Yeah. I don't know. I see them as since they're an elected official, essentially, I see them as another thing that needs to be knocked down. Like, these should be people that want to do it for the goodness of the people in their heart, not people that are paid to do it. But that's me. It's kind of like senators, representatives, everything. They should just be paid the minimum, and then if they don't like it, then they have to raise minimum wage or whatever. But like they were back in the day, they were all had other jobs. But yeah, they're ranging from anywhere. Annual means of wages, this is by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, of judge. Okay, this is not fair. They put judge, magistrates, and magistrates by state. So it's not going to be completely accurate. It's anywhere from 63,000 to 203,000. But in Pennsylvania, which they don't even have listed in here, about 326,000. They don't have California listed here. Let me see what the California rate is. But at the same time, I get it that so the minimum, like the smallest judges get paid around 244, which I guess that's a living wage in California, but but like to me,
more responsibility comes with a higher salary, even if whether
I agree. I agree with that, but I also don't believe in the state controlling things, so it's hard. But But if it was free, no one would do the job unless they actually wanted to. That's what I'm saying. I'm advocating for.
Are judges able to run their own business and whatnot?
They were.
Can they now?
I think so.
Probably.
Let me get.
I wouldn't be able to preside over a case that
No, conflict of interest.
Full-time judges cannot have another job while on the bench because of judicial office is a full-time occupation requiring strict impartiality, holding outside employment.
It's fair they can pay the salary in that case.
Yeah, but like owning something.
When did
would
that
be
change, though?
a job.
Judge by day, McDonald's drive-thru worker by night. Put the fries in the bag.
Stopped
sir.
holding outside employment in the late 19th century and early 20th century as modern judicial ethics rules were codified. Huh.
I mean that's a central law. At least.
The Judicial Conference of the United States was established to unify judicial administration. See, this should have never happened. I agree with like the bar and everything. I don't agree with them making it federal, but that's me. I wonder, can they have stocks though?
I mean,
Probably.
I mean, if senators and House reps can have stocks, I don't see why a judge couldn't.
All right. Overthrow the government. They can. I'm done with this insider trading.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait, can Bill Gates have stocks in Microsoft?
So I don't know how it works on a state level for stocks, but Supreme Court is one of the only real
Okay.
ones that
Yeah. Okay, I can agree with the Supreme Court not having like any having salaries and stuff. I can agree with that because they should always be on trial, but they're not. Sadly, they should always be in office. Yeah, I guess my pet peeve is more that they the court system's one. It's too broken. Like it to get like off of like a YouTube or a Facebook or anything, to get out of a what are they called whenever they take over your channel and stuff? I can't remember what it's called. Why am I blanking on this? No. Like whenever they say that, oh, what you're posting is not your content, it's mine or it's somebody else's. What's that called? Like if you post music and then somebody claims, yeah. Like to fight that shouldn't cost you any money. You should be able to take it to court for free. Now, whether you win or lose should cost you money. But I'm saying going to court for it shouldn't. And fighting it.
It actually reminded me, there was a current event I forgot about.
That's
I think the Supreme Court ruled something regarding transgender people participating in sports, namely female sports.
Yeah. But like I should, like if I make a video or do anything and someone copyright strikes me or whatever I'm doing, the channel, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, I should immediately be able to sue or something if I, believe and it shouldn't cost me anything to do it. That's what I'm saying. Now, after winning or losing, fine. And you may say, well, it doesn't, but then, like, are you going to win against a giant company? The answer is no, because they have, quote unquote, better lawyers. But the law, that's what I'm saying, is if something is that you own it, no amount of lawyers should stop you from winning that case.
Well, it's not so much that they lawyer to stop you. It's just they know how to argue the courts and use the system better than you do. They know more about the rules and laws. That's why they're called
But you
lawyers.
should be able to just say, it's mine, every time they ask you a question. And then that
And saying
ends.
it's mine means you're gonna win. I mean, you're also
Sh-
not setting the
It
context for why
should.
you're being sued in the first place. You're saying you got copyright claim, and what did they copyright claim you for? Were you using artwork
Well,
of
that's the thing. It's up to them to prove that you stole it.
yeah.
Except for on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and
Well, have you tried suing YouTube
those
over copyright
company
claim?
YouTube and Facebook make it, and stuff like that, make it way too easy to file a claim.
Yeah.
And don't actually require you to follow up with a lawsuit of any kind.
Yep.
So you can just troll somebody by spam copyright claiming them without ever actually like having to pay for the legal fees. So for no money,
that's
you can copyright claim somebody over and over again, but they have to pay money to stop the harassment. Which is
So I'm saying for no money, we should be able to stop it. But that'd be
that is something that's going to have to change at some point, because the way the system works currently is not okay for creators at all.
Yeah, but I also think that like even to fight things nowadays, it costs money, right? Like if somebody brings up sexual allegations against you and you know they're not true, but you have to go to court to fight it, it still costs you money. Unless you're going in alone without a lawyer, what are you going to do? It's your word against them.
As I said before, if you win, you can sue for the court legal fees. Like you can, that's something that you can do. You can say, all right, since you've proven that you were innocent in this case, the judge can rule that the person who accused you has to pay your court legal fees.
Yeah, but how many months and how much out of work are you going to be? Are you able to pay your rent during that time or whatever you're paying?
That's not something the court can has much say over unless you bring it into a civil suit.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate.
So basically, it costs you money to do it.
I mean, and yeah, you can sue for the legal fees for that too while you're in the civil suit.
And how long's that? What if you get arrested for not paying your car payment because you're in a lawsuit? Like,
can you get arrested for not paying your car payment? No, they repo your car. What are you talking about?
Well, whatever it is, Pat, you're not paying something, and you get arrested for it because you do get arrested for not
if you miss the court date and got fines, you never pay. I don't even think I've seen somebody get arrested for not paying their fines. I've seen them get a ticket and more court dates for it. But
no, I guess that's true. You don't. What if the? I don't know. I guess that's a hard one to go for. That I'm trying to think of.
Civil's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah,
there are some. To a certain extent, I think lawyers are required to do pro bono cases. But
yeah,
finding somebody that's willing to do it would probably be difficult.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
why is there a reason that like lawyers that are just hired by the court are not as good?
It tends to be
New people, newbies,
newer, like graduates. I
But
assume that one, you haven't established your name as much, so you need
I
the work.
I was gonna
So
say
you would
like
hire on, or not necessarily hire on, but put your name in.
yeah,
But
I was gonna
also,
say
it probably helps with your loans, if I had to guess.
if
Mm.
you're gonna if you got like a LeBron track record, like you're gonna get picked up faster than somebody who has no track record. That's basically it comes down to more experience and notable
I don't
people
know.
getting picked up for like high end
At,
firms.
at what point do you lose so much they just kick you out? Like, no, you can't be a lawyer anymore.
Oh, I imagine a firm will drop you if you have a terrible record, or they just like maybe demote you down to being just like working in the paper at the
Do you
paper
have to be
industry.
with a firm?
I mean, no, not if you work for the state, but firms is where people make a lot of money at.
Yeah, so like there's the Federal Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, and a few other
You can be
programs similar to that
yeah,
apply for public defenders. So that's
can be a
probably not
solo
for you guys.
practitioner.
I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
sure,
I
like
mean, sure,
Daredevil.
but trying to get cases when you're an unknown guy without a reputation is probably difficult, which is part.
That's also why
Yeah.
a lot of
With your
lawyers find ways to pad their stats. Like every time, like people who work in like public office or just like work with the courts, they'll be like, all right, well, I'm overseeing this case for the defendant. He's pleading guilty for this, but since we're going to take this deal, blah, 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 and that's just everyday court stuff. All right, the person gets another win marked on their record, so now their resume is looking better. Like, oh yeah, well, working in public, I got like
All I
50
do is
wins,
win. All I do is win.
and it was just people pleading guilty to traffic tickets.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't like the having a lawyer for stupid infractions like that. That's kind of dumb. But at the same time, I've seen way too many court cases where the person's just too stupid to even talk, anyways.
That's
But
actually more of the not the lawyer for like because in a lot of like just minors like traffic people don't get a lawyer assigned to them, but
yeah,
the attorney overseeing it, like the district attorney overseeing it, gets to add that to a win to their record that the guy pled guilty on a traffic stop.
yeah, and like that's one of those things where it's somebody's trying not to lose their license or something,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
person who's supposed to be evicting them doesn't want to waste time on something that minor. But you're going to lose a lot of reputation with the jury if you try to like hardline a simple traffic infraction ticket or something.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, you
It's
can
like
request a
nobody
jury.
wants to sit in there and watch that.
Yeah.
What do
Well, I
you
mean, you can
mean?
request a
It's
jury,
my
but
right to be able to drive wherever I want, whenever I want. It's constitutional,
no, it's actually
whether I
crazy.
have a license or not.
But but no, it's more about like a lot of those cases could be like I can't remember what they call it, but they say well you can request a jury, but it's more likely just going to be you and another lawyer and the judge. And if you should have sufficient evidence, say hey, like they said I read this red light, but it wasn't me. Like and you have evidence of it. Like I remember seeing one. They said the dude got a ticket for running a red light, or like not stopping at a red then taking a turn to the right.
Hmm.
And like you see in the video, the traffic camera, he comes to a complete stop, waits 3 seconds, and then pulls out. And the judge is like, "What the fuck y'all got me in here for? This guy's innocent. Let him go." Shit like that does happen, but yeah,
Yeah,
you wouldn't probably get a grand jury for some shit like that.
we need to make a demerit on the police officers' record for it.
Oh shit, you should see what they're
Well,
doing.
there's no police officer involved. That's the best part. It's
Yeah,
probably some like random dude, a freaking like computer lab somewhere that's
yeah.
told
True.
I,
to review it, and he's
Oh,
just like
Guilty, guilty. Just got a stamp. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
See, these need to go away. They need to go away.
You know what's even worse, Okami, is I shared a video with Cobalt that this guy, he lives in Florida. He got a ticket for running a red light while he was in Alabama. He left the state to go visit somebody without his vehicle. So the reason why he got the ticket though was because some third party thing, not even related to the government, actually owned by a guy in a foreign country. I think what he said was Brazil. Like owns the business that monitors the traffic stops and gave him the ticket, and you can't even get request the information because it's part of this company's private records. So he's like, this is actually something Florida needs to overturn because that's not even
Yeah,
that's got to be unconstitutional somehow. Like this ain't fucking right.
having any say, like me.
Private business having that kind of pull on the fucking
I
any kind
mean,
of pull on the court system is a problem.
hot take maybe, but if you're foreign, unless they did something in your country, you should not be able to sue for it. Anything
No,
an
it's not that
American.
they sued. It's just it's a
No,
company that
I mean, like,
monitors
you
the
should not
traffic.
be able to do any of that stuff with an American citizen. That should
Yeah,
just immediately go to, they're American, you're not. Goodbye.
like it's not that they're charging him. It's just this the company that holds the archives for all the traffic stuff, and
Oh.
to even
Well,
access
how
the
do you,
records, you got
wait,
to
how
go
do
through
you,
that company.
yeah, that's kind of dumb that they can hold
Yes, that's
records.
terrible.
That's what I'm saying, is that no, it
Yeah,
should be like
I
immediately
gotta send you
hand
that
over your
video.
records.
That shit's fucking wild. I was like, I can't even believe they got away with approving this. Whether like
Yeah,
whatever system of that place approved this, that's fucking asinine.
I don't know. I don't believe that any company outside the United States should be allowed to hold any records for people in the United States. But that's me. Unless they're like working with them or something, like, it's actual,
Oh,
they're with them. But like phone companies, nope, you have to have a United States branch and it all has to be here.
it wasn't even just that it was a company. It was an AI being run by another company that
Yeah,
handles all the traffic stuff. So he was like, it's not even a human that's convicting me. He's like the fact. His argument was the fact that it's not a police officer pulling me over, verifying that I'm the one broken law, is writing me a ticket. This cannot stand, and I completely agree.
yeah. No, the traffic infraction should never be
Hell no.
dealt with outside of.
That's that's just finding a way to pay some other company money that's
Well, in the
that's
government, that's
tax.
why it's
Yeah,
allowed.
yeah,
But
but the government's having to pay this company to do their traffic security, and that company's
are
getting
they?
paid to do. Yeah, I mean they have to be. It's going through the AI that's doing this traffic stuff is being run by a company, and then the records are given to the
It's
local
I
government.
think
it's almost I almost guarantee you they're paying the government for the right to set up the
yeah,
cameras,
That's
yeah.
actually fair too. Let's see.
And then the
and
government's
they're
getting paid by
getting.
the traffic stops as well. Or what? Well, the traffic infractions.
I forward you the video.
The government might not even get a cut of the tickets, depending on how the contract was written.
Doot.
Unfortunately, I don't think the contracts are necessarily like another thing that I don't agree with. I think any contract that our government has with anyone should be publicly available and viewable online.
Agreed. But I don't think. I take it a step further, as I've already said. I don't think any government or country outside of the United States should be allowed to hold any information of an American.
That's big hell no for me.
And they have to have its own branch of whatever it is in America to do that, and it's not allowed to go outside the country. But no company would agree to that. But I would just say, well, then get the hell out of America.
Not even in America. The servers are held in another country.
That's what I'm saying. That I don't think that should be allowed. You should not be allowed to have TikTok or any other thing have records of it outside of America. Or Twitch, or shouldn't be allowed to share it. And people that share it should be thrown in jail for treason. You are spying on the American people. But they'd never agree to that. Too much money in it. Too much money.
That's with everything.
All right. Well, recommendations for the week?
I do have one. Finally got around to finishing the show since the English dub finished releasing. Oh, 1 second. I have a link right here. I was gonna recommend something else, but yeah, I changed my mind. I didn't want to recommend that game. This is just finished watching this anime English dub, and I gotta say I was entertained by it. I think I talked about it before on the podcast, but I hadn't recommended it yet because I hadn't finished watching it.
It's got the Aruma-kun style animation, it looks like.
I don't know about Aruma-kun. It's not quite that cartoony, but it's a fun show. Like it does kind of deal with some strong stereotypes, like anime stereotypes, like the like the guy he's so strict with rule following that his heart he doesn't bend or all that stuff, and the overly fucking thuggish guy who's actually really nice and he's the fucking nurse's assistants or some shit. It's funny though. And one of the things that actually got me laughing a lot is the fucking narrator just comes out of nowhere with certain shit. And the English narrator is the same guy who voices Whis in Dragon Ball Super. He'll go from being like in a world, like some kind of epic script, to being sassy as fuck. It's hilarious. But I don't know. I enjoyed it.
All right.
I think I've heard of that one before that you just shared.
Probably. I think there's been a lot of people saying how close it is with the one where like there's a little but it's it's kind of like that, but way more more focused on the actual problems than the
like how does a centaur go to the restroom?
No, like well, the plot
bathroom stalls that big is what I'm saying.
The plot is they want to become human, and one of the characters in that series can actually grant that wish, and so they have a school on how to become human. And the teacher teaches them and stuff, and so they do funny little class like projects and stuff.
Usual slice of life antics.
Kind of. Not the same. There's definitely not as much like lovey-dovey stuff in this one. It's actually more well, yes and no. You'd have to watch it. But it's more about like the teacher, it's more about his past and getting over it, because he hates humans, even though he's one himself.
I'm looking at the description right now. And yeah, it says that right there. He had a traumatic incident that causes him to kind of hate humans.
Yeah, and one of the arcs is literally the reason why he hates them shows up. So he has to deal with that.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but then, yeah, it's a good one. There's like actual like dealing with death and loss and things like that in it.
I might watch it after I finish watching Avatar.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow grind, but you get really invested in the stories type. type anime. So, you got one, Cobalt?
Nah, nothing's really released recently.
Power
Recommend
World.
Power World. Same brain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's decent. I haven't gotten far enough into it yet for me to consider recommending it though.
A little bit of survival, a little bit of satisfactory, and a lot of Pokemon.
Not allowed to say that.
I actually been making jokes about that when it's like, hey, I just caught this Pokemon. You call it what now? Cut somebody off like. In fact, I just comment on somebody in Discord saying, "Hey, I found a place to find Ultra Pokemon." You mean
Something.
Ultra Spheres, right?
Before we end, and something I forgot to say when we were doing the news thing or catching up on stuff. I played Crony's new song as our countdown timer, and honestly, I might have a new favorite song with Hololive.
It's not a bad song.
It's like, I did not expect her to make this. I would expect this from somebody else. So this seems more like an Iris song, and then the song Iris came out with sounds like more of her stuff to me. But yeah, it's a good one. It's one I'd actually play, or I'd actually like not be. I would expect to hear on the radio type song almost. It's like poppy, but at the same time, decently. Decently. I don't know what the word is. Like, it does. It's not annoying. It's not idle like that. Idle like either. I would say.
It just seems like a normal energy.
Yeah, it's just a good one. Just a good song. I recommend it, even outside of Hololive. If you don't like Hololive, I'd still recommend it. Be like, yeah, it's a decent song. I think you'd like it. She speaks. It's not Korean. I think it might be. She speaks just like one singular part of like Korean. I think it might be. I can never understand which is Korean and which is Japanese. The characters are a little bit too similar. I believe it is Korean though, now that I'm looking at it.
I'd probably say if for me it'd be a tie between two people that are actually no longer there anymore. Gura's last song and Mume by Mume.
This one I'd say is way less like, you wouldn't need to know anything about Hololive or VTubing or even anything to enjoy this.
These two songs weren't very hollow.
I listened to Gura's unless I didn't know about. If I didn't know about Gura, I probably wouldn't enjoy this song as much. Gura's and then Mume as well. Unless, like, isn't it in Japanese?
It is in Japanese, but it's just a good song, man. Like,
yeah, but if you weren't into VTubers or Hololive, I wouldn't listen to it.
There's plenty of songs I listened to before that were in Japanese that I found entertaining because they were just catchier, had a good sound, and Mume just has a good sound.
I don't know. I can agree with that. I just like. That's what I'm saying, though. Unless you knew about Hololive or anything, like, I wouldn't recommend Mume to anybody.
I could.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I have to also give them the English translation. Like, look, just so you know what she's singing about, because people are weird about that. They're like, I don't know what they're talking about. Well, here. That's what she's singing about.
I disappeared.
Yeah, but I would just say Crony's song is definitely, like, you need no context. You'll just listen to it and be like, oh, I know what this is exactly about, and it's a good song.
Okay, please remind me to, like, tonight or tomorrow night to download Outlast again?
Do.